to take a nice look at his belly if you can see it. You might notice there's freckles all under his belly. That's one of the ways easily can tell him apart. He is also our largest killer whale here in Orlando. He weighs almost 6,000 pounds. And he's still growing. Now you're going to see Makaio over here close to where I'm standing. Now Makaio is 9 years old. He's about half the size of Trua, a little more than that. He weighs over 3,000 pounds. Both of these males are going to continue to grow, maybe until they're 20. They could get anywhere between up to 12,000 pounds, so they've got a lot of growing to do. Alright, looks like Trua is going to make his way over to that slide-out area. Everyone who is on the far right-hand side, you're going to get a great look at his size. You might notice also in his eye patch, he has a little freckle there, and also on his lower left part of his jaw. Different characteristics. Every whale is going to have different characteristics, just like you and I. It's going to help us tell them all apart. You're going to see Makaio here in the center area, jumping up and out of the water. Or all the way over here on the left-hand side, sorry. There he is. So each and every day here in our stadium is a little bit different. We usually start our mornings around 6 a.m. sorting out fish for all of the whales. But other than that, it just depends on the day. Sometimes we have these dining experiences. Sometimes we have 2 shows. We might have, or 2 presentations. We have an up-close tour, which you might see some people across the way. That is our killer whale up-close tour. So we try to keep our whales' days variable, just like you and I. We like our lives to be well-rounded, and we ask the same things for the whales. So we interact with them with a different type of what we call session. Every time that we step up and interact with the killer whales, it's a session. And we categorize them in all different ways. Anything from husbandry or anything having to do with the overall health care and well-being of our animals, to playtimes, to relationship-building sessions, to exercise sessions. The sky's the limit, so we really like to be creative and come up with all types of things for the whales. Now it looks like they're going to give you all a nice wave here. And you'll notice Trua's tail fluke is much larger than Makaio's. He also has a little divot on the left side of it, on your right-hand side. One easy way to tell them apart. Now what's really interesting is out in the wild, killer whales, their dorsal fins and their tail flukes are all different, even here apart. So it's kind of like a human fingerprint, but for killer whales. So that's how researchers are going to identify wild whales, is by those dorsal fins, tail flukes, and even their saddle patch, the gray spot that is right behind their dorsal fin. Alright, so it looks like Trua is going to make his way into an adjacent pool. Makaio is in here with Megan. You're going to see him make his way around here. He's going to show you guys his dorsal fin. His dorsal fin looks very similar to his mother's, so genetics definitely play a big part in the killer whale's dorsal fins. We'll see what Megan has lined up. I think she's got a fun little session planned. We can talk about a lot of different things as the session goes on, but we focus on a type of training with our whales called positive reinforcement. So we draw a lot of attention to behaviors we want to see repeated again in the future. We don't really have a way that we say no to our killer whales. If the killer whales are giving us exactly what we're looking for, you'll hear the trainers blow their whistle. Now this whistle is how we communicate to them, hey, that was a great job, that was exactly what I'm looking for. Now come on back to me and get some type of reward. I'm sure you guys know killer whales reward might want to be fish, but we have all different types of ways to reinforce the whales. We could be fish, we could use toys, we could rub them down, a combination of all different types of things. And over time, they learn when we blow our whistle, like you heard Megan just do, they're going to be more likely to repeat that behavior again in the future. It looks like he's going to be making his way over here, up and out of the water. Great photo opportunity. in 3, 2, and 1. Killer whales have incredibly muscular bodies. The part of their body, all the way from their dorsal fin down to their tail flick, is called a peduncle. So it's a super strong set of muscles that help them propel themselves up and out of the water. As you can see, that would look almost effortless for Makaio to be able to do that. And that's because this part of his body, all down here, is just pretty straight muscle. They can reach speeds of up to 28 miles per hour, so they can be pretty quick. Normal cruising speed of a killer whale is going to be around 8 miles an hour. Now he's sliding his body up and out of the water in that slide out area, and then right next to Megan, to the right, is that metal platform. That's a killer whale size scale. That's how we weigh our whales. We actually weigh our whales pretty often. At least once a week, once every other week. We want to make sure that they're growing at a healthy rate, especially as younger guys. We want to see how quickly they're growing, and we also want to pass that information along to our nutritionists, our vet staff. They help us figure out how much food we're going to feed our killer whales on a daily basis. They get usually about 3 different types of fish in their diet, and they can eat well over 100 pounds of fish each and every day, and a full-grown adult male might be well over 200 pounds of fish a day. So it's a lot of food. Like Makaio's making his way over on that far side again. I want to point something. I used to see Megan on stage. Now she's got this long pole with a little ball on the end of it. That's called a target pole. This is a really important tool for us to be able to utilize how to train our killer whales. When we first train the whales, we also have to follow our hands. The target pole is like an extension of our hand, so it can reach really far out into the water. Now, all that Megan is doing right now is she's looking for Makaio to touch part of his body to that target pole. So we can ask the whales to touch their pectoral flippers, or a different part of their body, maybe their rostrum or the tip of their nose, to that target pole. So in Makaio's case, he already knows how to follow our hands, but what Megan's just looking for this session, just, hey, I'm going to place this target anywhere in the water. I'm looking for you to come touch the end of it with the end of your nose or rostrum. And that's all I need for you. That's what I'm looking for. Now we can utilize that. It's going to be helpful in a variety of different ways because, like I said, our hands, they can't reach very far. So that target pole can reach almost to the middle of the pool, as you can see. So if we were training something like a front flip or another type of jump we wanted to help shape and ask him to follow, he knows, hey, I'm looking to touch my nose to the end of that target pole. And over time, that's how we can train behaviors that are a little more complicated out in the pool. See there? You touch that target pole and you actually see another trainer up on stage. Now she is playing an underwater tone. That's the same thing as if we were to blow our whistle. We have a tone under the water that lets Makaio know, hey, that is exactly what I was looking for. Now come on back to me and get some type of reward.
I'm going to leave you this.
Thank you.
Enjoy the...
So this is a great opportunity for us to kind of refresh and remind Makaio that's what we are looking for. We're looking for you, that's it. Just simply come to the end of this spot and touch your rostrum to it. Just the same as if I held my hand out in front of him and asked him, hey, just touch your rostrum right to the end of my hand. Looks like one more time he's going to make his way over to that target pole. Pretty simple, right? Now as time goes on, Megan a chance to lift that target pole up and out of the water, she might ask Paul to have it fall under the water. What she is going to do today is she's going to throw a cube into the water. So when we are looking to eventually, right, you want her to be able to do a jump without us having to hold the target pole out into the water. So eventually, a way that we call fading the target pole away is we can throw another, what we call prompt, in its place. So we're pairing that target pole now with a cube. We're looking for Makaio to go straight to that cube, and you saw he went straight to the cube, which is a great step forward. Now eventually, we're looking to be able to just throw the cube out of the water, have no target pole available, and Makaio will go straight to that same cube. So pretty cool, you guys are getting to see learning in action, training in action. Definitely something you would get to see in the show, in the presentation, and our orca encounter presentation, but it is the basis behind most of the behaviors that you would see in orca encounter. Getting a good look at Makaio's body size there. Like I said, he's over 3,000 pounds. And you're going to see him jump up and out of the water across the way. Another one of those alien behaviors, just going to come up and out of the water. You probably noticed those have a very distinct coloration of black and white. Their backs are black and their bellies are white, and that is for a reason. It's helping them camouflage into their environment. It's called counter shading. There are other marine mammal species that have counter shading as well, dolphins, you might see shark. And that is because if you're a fish or something swimming down below a killer whale and you were looking up, their belly is going to blend in with their sky. Or if you were above them looking down in the water, you might see their black back blend in with some type of murky environment. They also have those eye patches and a very distinct markings for a reason. It is meant to be able to throw off other animals. It's called disruptive coloration. So that eye patch, that big white spot, Makaio's eye is actually in between the eye patch and the lower section of white there. A lot of people ask, oh, their eye is that big spot. No, that's actually meant to make you think that's where their eye is, but it is below. Now you're hearing Makaio show off some of his vocalizations. It's really cool. I like talking about killer whales' vocalizations a lot. They don't make any noise from their mouth, like you and I. All of the noises you hear any of the whales make are going to come out of the blowhole on top of their head. That is the sole way they breathe, too. So if you think about if you had an air balloon full of air, and at the top, if you kind of pull it into different angles, you can make different noises. It's similar to how they'll maneuver their muscles around their blowholes to make those different vocalizations. But it is the sole way that they breathe. And they can hold their breath a long time. They can hold their breath up to 20 minutes, easily. Now you're seeing Makaio show off some of his dance moves here. Some excellent mimicry behaviors. Killer whales learn a variety of different ways. We can focus on positive reinforcement, but they will almost mimic each other. They'll mimic other whales, their mothers, even us. So it is a type of training that we can utilize with them as well. to their dorsal fin, so it's similar to like our cartilage of our ears. It's kind of, you can maneuver it around. And their tail flukes help them reach those high speeds of up to 28 miles an hour. Looks like Megan is putting that target pole back in, asking for Makaio to head towards the target pole and cube of ice, and he went straight to it again. Great job, Makaio. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, looks like Makaio's going to show off one more beautiful aerial for you guys this afternoon. This is like a finished product of what you saw Megan working on. One of the many aerials we could send or ask him to do in the middle of the pool. This is called a center belly reach. He's going to make his way up and out of the water here in the center of the pool.